It is 6:49. This is your morning in 8 minutes. It's a rainy start for your Monday.
Yeah, we do want to get things started with Chief Meteorologist Heather Haley tracking that rain as it moves through our area. Good morning, Heather.
Good morning, guys. Yeah, as we start off the day here with some widespread rain, or really it's spreading out now, keep in mind that this goes through most of the day, and most of us are collecting some much needed rain, chipping away at actually what is kind of nearing drought status in parts of our area. So check out just today's rain forecast where you live. That adds up to about an inch and a half throughout the Central Valley, up into Knox County, McMinn. Notice this band of 2+ coming up into the foothills and mountains. Now this is where we could have some isolated flooding issues. We've had some downpours and storms bubbling up in parts of our area. Most of you have been dry lately, but the areas that have bubbled up, for example, the mountains, that's where this excessive rain today could add up. Now it's a little bit lighter northwest. You got about a ½ inch Jamestown, almost an inch in Crossville, about 3/4 to an inch through Roane and Anderson and Campbell and Claiborne counties. It's a good choppy 1/10 to a 1/3, and then it picks back up in that ½ inch to an inch plus range in far northeast Tennessee. And here's your band of 2+ up into the Smokies. So that's what's just getting started now. Yes, wet streets now, but more downpours ahead. So we'll take a look at your Monday planner here in just a moment.
Getting a look at your first alert of traffic this morning. That rain could slow you down as you're getting out on the roads this morning. This is a live look at I-40 right around Gallagher View. That water on the roadways making for a slick commute and also impacting that visibility on the roads. So just take it slow as you are getting out the door today. We have seen some slowdowns along 75 just south of Jellicoe this morning. Heads up that some road work is scheduled to take place today along 75 southbound right near Rock Quarry Road. That's scheduled for 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. today and tomorrow. There's also some road work that's starting to take place in Knox County on Middlebrook Pike that you should be aware of.
Wendy, thank you. Right now, a deputy with the Sevier County Sheriff's Office is recovering in the hospital following a car crash.
This happened early yesterday morning. Officials tell us Deputy Jonathan Dodd is able to open his eyes in the hospital. He was even able to squeeze his wife's hand after receiving treatment. His K9, also in the car with him during the crash, is hurt but expected to be okay. The Tennessee Highway Patrol is now investigating what happened. And an escaped Knox County inmate is back behind bars this morning.
The Knox County Sheriff's Office say 29-year-old Philip Doan escaped from the Roger D. Wilson facility just after 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. Deputies found him less than 4 hours later with the help of the Knoxville Police Department. He was previously arrested for violating his probation and aggravated domestic assault. Investigators now trying to figure out how he escaped. He's due back in court on June 3rd.
One person is dead after a fire at a North Knoxville apartment complex. It happened at the Woodview Apartments yesterday morning. Investigators say after the fire was put out, they found a body in a recliner. So far, foul play is not suspected, but they are investigating the cause of the fire. We'll let you know when we learn new details. And right now, police are looking for a former Chattanooga police officer accused of molesting a child. He could be in East Tennessee.
Officials in Georgia say Dennis Dwayne Dockery cut off his ankle monitor on May 13th and hasn't been seen since. A judge granted him bond if he wore an ankle monitor following his arrest in August. He didn't show up for court last week. His charges date back to 2002. The Rossville Police Department believes he could be staying with family and friends in the Tellico Plains area right now. If you see him or have any information at all, please call police immediately.
A former Claiborne County correctional officer is in custody following an investigation into rape allegations. Sheriff Bob Brooks says 21-year-old Austin Butcher started working at the jail in 2021. He's now been fired as a result of the charges. He was being held at the Claiborne County Jail but had to be moved for safety reasons. He faces 3 felony charges. And this morning, we now know the names of 2 men involved in a shooting in Lonsdale. It happened early Friday morning.
Knoxville police say when they got there, they found 24-year-old John Mack with a gunshot wound. He later died at UT Medical Center. Roshan Smith is now charged in his death. Police arresting him early yesterday after also being treated at UT Medical Center for a gunshot wound.
Continuing coverage this morning, we are just weeks away from it being 1 year since Summer Wells disappeared from her Hawkins County home.
The Wells family will hold a prayer vigil to honor the 6-year-old along with all missing children on June 15th. That's the day her parents claim someone kidnapped Summer near their home. A poster for the event says if Summer is not found by June 15th, the vigil will take place that night. A location for the event will be announced the day before. And taking a look around the nation this morning, the first plane load of baby formula is here in the U.S. after arriving from Germany.
It's called Operation Fly Formula. It's the first of several flights expected from Europe this week. The U.S. military cargo plane carried 39 tons of desperately needed baby formula. bringing in 132 pallets of the specialty brand by Nestle. Federal officials say Abbott Nutrition's facility in Michigan may resume operations in the coming days, but it's going to take about 2 months before product is ready for delivery.
And a recall alert this morning. Check your pantry. A multi-state salmonella outbreak is linked to certain Jif peanut butter products. The company is voluntarily recalling some after 14 people got sick. We have the recalled items listed right now on our WVLT News app. The FDA recommends washing and sanitizing all surfaces that may have come into contact with the peanut butter. And around East Tennessee today, Medic Regional Blood Center kicking off its annual Parrot Head Week. All
donor centers and mobile drives are participating. If you donate, you'll get a special t-shirt along with coupons to Texas Roadhouse and Salsaritas and a chance to win a 2-night stay at Margaritaville. They say they prefer that you make an appointment, but they will take any walk-ins as well. Well, if you travel across the Tennessee-North Carolina state line on I-40, all lanes of that new bridge through the Pigeon River Gorge are now open at the Harmon Den exit. Officials tell us they are excited to get traffic moving through the gorge, especially ahead of Memorial Day weekend.
Almost 6:56 now. Again, picking back up on that live radar, you can see a band of moderate rain cutting right across through Loudoun County, West Knoxville, parts of Sevier. A couple of little windows here or pauses, but notice this pocket of heavy rain that's going to keep just kind of coming right up into our area, filling in these few gaps. That means it's going to get even rainier in 10 Mile here in just about 20 minutes. All right, Kingston closer to 7:55. So the key here is that we have these bands of light rain and these light greens, moderate rain to heavier rain, dark greens to yellows and oranges. It's starting to add up. Got a good streak here of about a ½ inch in spots. There's a couple streaks here. Most of us are in that few hundredths to a tenth, which is why it's just a good steady rain so far, and more to just keep on streaming through most of the day, which is why temperatures don't budge. We'll really spend most of the day in the mid to upper 60s. Cool breeze, clouds are rainy at times. Don't forget your umbrella as we're hanging out with that 100% coverage through midday, 80% coverage this afternoon. But remember, we have more on and off rain to track for you this week coming up on the CW.
You know, it's amazing to me how dry it can get after, you know, just a week or two. It seems like that we haven't had rain, and now much needed. So glad to see it. Everything growing back. 6:56. We're headed over to WBXX. We hope you have a good Monday.